Good afternoon. I'm Jim Wright with the Longhorn Historical Society, and we're here on location at the bottom of Tallulah Gorge above Brattleville Falls. We're here enjoying the whitewater kayaking event that is going on with the Tallulah Fall release. So sit back and enjoy as we see Tallulah Gorge as we probably have never seen it before. See ya.
Before we journey to the bottom of Tallulah Gorge, which is a nearly 1,000 foot descent, and watch people boat this magnificent river, let's do a quick overview of the logistics of the park, its attractions, and trails. I will also talk about the hike itself and the kayaking this section of the Tallulah River. Tallulah Gorge State Park is about 100 miles northeast of Atlanta in the North Georgia mountains. The main attraction is the 1,000 foot deep gorge that the river created and numerous spectacular waterfalls. There are many trails in the park, but I'm going to focus on a couple of trails that deal with the gorge floor. On our trip today, it will take us down the Sliding Rock Trail to the bottom of the gorge. From there, we will watch kayakers, canoers, and rafters run Brattleville Falls, which is a 20-foot high and maybe a 100-foot long water slide. So I saw an ad on Facebook for a whitewater hike, and this was sponsored by the Tallulah Gorge State Park. So I was very intrigued by this. I signed up for it, I called, and I got on the list. I paid $10 to take this hike, and it's only offered during the whitewater releases of Tallulah River. Normally the river is dewatered, meaning it doesn't have any water in it or it has very little water in it. But 5 weekends a year, 2 in April and 3 in November, they open up the dam and they let out 500 cubic feet per second of water into the Tallulah riverbed. And that draws kayakers, canoeists, rafters from around the world to come test their mettle against this Class 4, Class 5 river. So we met at the Interpretive Center at 10 a.m., paid the $10, and we got in our cars and we left the Interpretive Center and we were going to park at the South Whitewater Tower. And this is kind of an overflow parking for all the whitewater kayakers. And this enabled us to take the Sliding Rock Trail. The Sliding Rock Trail is about a half a mile, quarter mile down, quarter mile back up, but it's pretty strenuous. I wouldn't really call it a trail. It's kind of rock bouldering, bouncing from rock to rock all the way down to the gorge floor. And I'm gonna kind of narrate this as I draw on a map to kind of tell you where you can go for this. Okay, so stay with me as we do this. All right, here we go. So here is our parking at the Interpretive Center, and we're gonna leave and go back the way we came and come back on the main road. We'll make a left out of the state park back onto Route 441. We'll go over the dam. You'll see on the left side or on the right side of the road will be parking for the kayakers. So keep going, keep going, keep going. And then you'll see there will be a left right here. And you would turn left here. This is also overflow parking. You probably can't do this normally. There's a gate here that looks like it's closed and locked. Probably only open during whitewater releases. So definitely have to get on this special hike when they do the whitewater releases. Won't be able to do it again until November. So we go left here and we park here. We are at the South Whitewater Tower. Back in 1970, a guy by the name of Carl Wallenda, tightrope walked across the gorge. So you'll see a picture of the tower base here on the south tower, and then over here is the north tower. Okay, so we get out and we approach the sliding rock trail. Like I said, you're kind of rock jumbling and bouncing off rocks down the quarter mile to Bridalveil Falls. Now you'll come up to the top of Bridalveil Falls with a great perspective of seeing the river, seeing the rapid Bridalveil, and all the way up you can kind of see Oceana off in the distance, but with the trees and the leaves it's kind of tough to see. Okay, so that's the Whitewater hike. I'd consider it a little difficult. Definitely coming up was a lot harder than going down, but it was really exciting. It was really awesome. In the summertime, what you can do is when there's no water, you actually start here at the interpretive center. You go down the bridge, down the steps, cross the river over the suspension bridge, and then you go down to the gorge floor. And then you cross the river, and then you take the gorge floor trail all the way to Bridalveil. And then because there's no water or very little water, it's a fun water slide down into the river. There's a big pool at the bottom. When you're done, you hike back up out on the sliding rock trail, take this trail, reconnect with the Hurricane Falls trail, down some stairs, cross the bridge, up the hill again, back to the interpretive center. And I think that's around 3.6 miles total. So that one in the summertime is about 3.6 miles. The Whitewater hike is a quarter of a mile. But with any of these hikes on the gorge floor, you still need a permit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move on and talk about and look at the Whitewater kayaking event that occurred. So I hope you enjoy.
All right, so I've reached the end of our trip to see the whitewater kayakers at the bottom. The hike back up wasn't too bad. Definitely a little bit of effort, good workout. Once again, this is Jim Wright with Georgia on Location. Have a wonderful day. Bye.